All right, so tip number 5 in this video series, and that is maintain correct choices 95% of the time. So this is actually a rule that I apply in my life just all year round. So like, I'm by no means like 100% strict. I basically just make sure that I'm making the correct choices for everything: food, exercise, sleep, you name it, 95% of the time. Because in that other 5%, if you're good 95% of the time, the other 5% isn't gonna make that big a deal. So it means that, again, so what sort of starts happening this time of year is that what usually throws people into a bit of a head spin is that they've got their normal routine throughout the week, and then all that needs to happen is that all it needs to be is like one work function or 2 work functions or catch-ups with friends or something like that, and all of a sudden, because there's now these 1 or 2 extra activities that are occurring in their week, all of a sudden their entire week just blows out, because they're like, oh well, at this thing that happened, and so therefore, and they just drop the ball on everything. So if you were to do a time audit of your week, so there's 24 hours in a day, and then there's 168 hours in a week. So if you actually break down when you're doing these catch-ups with friends and family and all the rest of it, if you actually look at how much time are you spending over the course of that interaction, the dinner or whatever it might be, or that catch-up, in relation to your whole week, it's not actually that big a chunk. So it doesn't make sense that if in this really small chunk of your week you have a bit of a time crunch, or there's a bit of alcohol that was drunk, or a little bit of extra food, it doesn't make any sense to go, oh well, in this little block here I wasn't 100% perfect, so in the rest of the 95% of the week I'm just going to let everything go. And that's kind of like where most people's headspace ends up at this time of year. Oh, I kind of did something a little bit outside of what I should have done over here in this tiny block of time, therefore in the rest of my week, what's the point? And then it all spirals out of control. So keep thinking to yourself, I'm going to keep everything on point 95% of the time, and then in that 5% of the time, even if, again, if you drink a little bit too much or eat something that you shouldn't have eaten, it doesn't then have this flow-on effect into the rest of the week. And it's not just with nutrition, it's also with your training, okay? So just again, because you've got a few extra little activities on during the week, trust me, you can figure it out. You can figure out how to actually keep up your training. So I hope you found this tip useful. Keep bringing out the warrior within.